Start with the outside shape of the eye. Notice that it does not look like a football. Then make sure to draw in that water line. That water line is very important, and draw in your cornea. And then remember that the iris is round. If you need to, actually draw the whole round circle, and then you can erase that top part. Then you're going to draw in the pupil, and remember that it'll be in the center of that iris. Then you can draw in the wrinkles of the eyelid, and you can add in some of the eyelashes. Don't overdo it. They do not come out of that line, the first line that you drew. They come out from underneath the water line. People have a tendency to draw way more eyelashes than they should. And then as you start to draw in the eyebrow, watch your spacing. Make sure that you're paying attention to the amount of space between the lid and the eyebrow. Now, your eyes are 5 eyes across, which means that you have an eye in between each eye. That's your spacing. So when you go to draw the other eye, make sure that the spacing is the same as one eye. So I actually measured it to show you. You can also do that. Make sure that it's the right shape. Notice that your eyes can be slightly different. So again, I'm getting that round part of the iris. Coming in and getting the pupil in. And even drawing in that light reflection is super important. The cornea is important, and so is that water line, which the eyelashes will come out from just underneath that water line. Look very closely at your eyes and notice that a lot of people make that mistake of drawing them coming out of that first initial outline that we drew of the eye. Notice on this lady's eyes, the lid looks a little bit different on this eye than the other. You're not going to look exactly the same. Make sure that you have that shape right. Then you can start to come in and shade. So shading just like you did when you shaded your value scale. I'm coming in and adding some darks. Make sure you sharpen your pencil often. So I'm sharpening my pencil. You could also use a little bit of sandpaper if you wanted. And come in and start to add in all of your values. Where you need your lighter values, make sure you're using like the side of the tip of your pencil. Keep sharpening it often. Even the cornea has a little bit. Remember, your eyeball is actually round, so there's going to be shading on it. So think about the fact that your eye sits inside of a socket. It's a round ball sitting within the socket. Sharpening often, or a little bit of sandpaper. And notice like not every eyelash even looks like just a line. There might be a little bit of shape to it because they're kind of like clumping together. So make sure that you're drawing it that way. Draw it how you see. Just because it's the eyes, there's no different. I think the biggest mistake people make with drawing the eyes is not drawing that water line, and also not drawing in the cornea right, or trying to draw things too much like a football. So be very careful of that. But the shading is also important. I'm just going to come in and finish with my shading. So just continue shading, short neat strokes, look for the lights and darks in the values. Notice that in the eyebrows I don't see every single strand of hair, it's more clumped together. Sharpen your pencil a lot. Then when you're done with the one eye, go and shade the other. You're going to draw 3 sets of eyes and shade it with your ebony pencil. Now I'm starting to sketch it out with just a number 2 pencil, the nose, and when you draw in the nose, you want to start with thinking about the fact that you have like the wings, and look at the spacing between the nostrils. The nostrils are the one thing that are really predominant. So look at the spacing between the nostrils and draw in the nostrils. Some people's nostrils are very round and really pronounced. It's going to be the one dark area. And if you get the spacing right between them and then the wings of the nose, you're pretty good. Those are the only lines that you'll see. After that, everything is just shading. So I'm pretty much now from this point just going in and shading this nose. So I'm adding in value and just coming in and shading. So at this point I'm using my ebony pencil to come in and look for lights and darks and laying those in. You'll build them up. Some spots will be left white because there's a shine on the nose. Now we're going to draw the mouth. I want you to draw 3 people's mouths from your house. With this, notice that it's not just like lips that you see, like the kissing lips. There's definitely a lot of shape to that middle line between the lips, and it's different for everybody. So pay close attention to that. It's not just a straight line, and it's a different shape for everybody. Same with the bottom lips. Sometimes your top lip can be bigger than your bottom lip, but just get your general shape, and then you can start your shading. Make sure that you also leave some of the whites. Make sure you start to push in some of the darks and look for the general shading. Really emphasize that middle line and look for the light reflections, and also make sure that you get the little lines that you see in the lips. Those little details are very important.